Is this thing on? Hey. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Hey. 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 Is this thing on?
Okay.
Hey. Is this thing on?
Make sure that everything is.
Hey. Is this thing on? 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 Hey. Is this thing on?
Okay. Is it on? I can't tell if this is on.
Make sure that everything.
Let me go to here.
Hey. Is this thing on? Hey. Is this thing on? Hey. Is this thing on? Hey. Is this thing
Here.
on?
Okay. So go there. Minimize that.
Hey. Is this thing on?
Live stream. Here. Okay. So go there. Okay. So minimize that. Okay. Minimize that. Okay. So minimize that. Okay. There we go. Okay. So go there. Okay. Okay. So minimize that. Okay. Minimize that. Okay. So minimize that. I'll mute that. I'll mute that. Okay. I really don't like this echo. Okay. I really don't like this echo. Alright. I hope they can hear me. They can hear me. Alright. Okay. Well, welcome to my stream. I'm going to be doing shit on Blender. Hopefully learning crap. So I want to see if I can go all day on this. So I'm gonna, hopefully I can get some helpful feedback here. Let me see, I'm gonna post this on Facebook too. Actually, I really shouldn't be doing it like that. Let me just pause the stream real quick. Let me just damn it. Okay. Alright, let's just get on to the main thing. So I'm gonna just minimize these so that they're not in the way. Okay. Alright. Working fine. Okay. Sword. Okay, this is a terrible looking sword. Okay, so point that right there. Ets. One of the Ets is right there. There we go. Lift this up a bit. This thing equal out. Right. Okay. Go to I'm gonna do this. W loop tools. Can I relax this? It comes out crooked. Okay. Got it. No, I'm not doing this for gamers. Go away. Okay. No, let me just. Not playing Titanfall. Not a game. Info settings, advanced settings. This is not a game. This is for something else. Save changes. There we go. Go back to the. Go back to the light stream now. Oh no! Not what I wanted. Oh, good. Got it. Okay, whatever. Alright, okay, back to the thing. Loop tools. I'm gonna do. Let's see, flatten. That's actually. Hey, that's actually what I want. Let me experiment with something real quick. Move you. Center. 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 Okay, that's starting to look like the sword. Okay. I think I made the right move here. Center. 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 Alright, so back to here. So what I'm trying to do here. Oh shit. There was a third one. No. Grab it, you fool. Okay. Center. Okay. Center. Okay, there we go. Why does it say like it's one person watching? I mean, why is it? I mean, it was saying 2 people earlier. But I'm just assuming that it's like all me. Because no one. People rarely go to my streams. Alright, so this is straightened out. Okay, who is that second person? I'm assuming that's me. That's me. Center. Okay. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thin this like tooth. Holy shit, what is going on down here? Oh shit, no, didn't mean to do that. Move this mouse. Will I show? No, why is it only showing me? Why is it only showing 2 people? It's weird. That's weird. Okay, so let's thin this out. Here. Thinner. Center. Center. Okay, now it's starting to look like the sword. That's good. Okay. Center. That's good. This is really starting to look like the sword now. I think swords are thin. I'm pretty sure swords are very thin. when it comes to the edges. Nope, not the edge I wanted to grab. Wait, what? Are you serious? Alright, let me go to the, where do I go? Here. There we go. Remove yourself. Center. Center. Am I doing this right? I'm not doing this right. I don't know what I don't do this right. Okay. Actually, it might be a good idea right there. Okay, this all the way up to yeah. This all the way down to here. Alt S. Okay. Now this is a bit lumpy right here, so what I'm gonna do is grab this, grab Y, scoot this out a little bit more. Extend this out a bit. Okay, and then what I want to do, bring this down. Bring this down. Out. bring this down. I want to make this. I want to make this super flat. Because swords aren't swords supposed to be flat? What's this end? How's that? This out. There we go. Alright. There's my sword. For now, anyways. Let me just extend this out a bit. Alright. What? Can I add anything in here? Add a modifier to add to object, mirror, mask, edge split. Dynamic paint. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Cloth. Oh. Brush. Oh, maybe go back here. Maybe this is meant for something else. Object. Okay. Doesn't look much like. I hope it works out. Okay, I am going to go on and make a female head. Wait. Open. Female head. Face 2. Where's face 2? I only have face 1. Deleted face 2. Not good. Not good. New. Oh my god, this is gonna be a pain! Okay. I'm no good with faces! I'm not that good. God damn it! Okay, go to edit mode. I have to. I really have to. No! Oh my god, this is gonna be a fucker. Okay, let me, give me a sec. Looking ahead. This is gonna be a fucker.
Howdy folks, David Gonzalez here. Welcome to another video. So, I've been thinking about doing this beginner video. Easy to reference series of videos, and like share it with you guys as well for the benefit of everybody. So if you're new to Blender, right? Not just if you're new to Blender, but if you're new to CG modeling in general, set of videos is specifically geared for you guys. So this might be a yawn fest for people that know Blender and have worked in Blender before. If you're completely new, this video is in mind for y'all, right? And the language is meant for like an 11 to 12-year-old because it's the age of my son. So just want to do plain speaking, pretty simple, easy, and just to dive in really quick. So the first thing that I want to do is go under the File menu. It says here, Load Factory Settings. What this is going to do is it's going to reset Blender to the absolute default. So I have not just a default scene, but I have default settings on everything. So my renderer, all the little things that I've changed are set completely to default. So if you do this step, we'll both be on the same page, and my UI will look exactly like your UI. I'm going to do one change off camera, and that is I'm going to put on the screencast keys. It is the only thing that's going to be different between your version of Blender and my version of Blender. So I've activated the screencast keys, but everything else is going to be exactly as it appears on your screen using Blender 2 and above. So first thing that I want to do is load in a reference image. Now to do that, we want to add to Blender, we want to add an object, and the object that we're going to add using Shift A is an empty and image. Alright. So now we've created an empty image plane. And you can see barely highlighted. So if you hit S, you can scale that image plane up. And now if we go over here to the plane access data, it gives us a dialog we're going to open. And I want to go to
That's a dialogue. Right, where did he go?
we'll both be on the same page, and my UI will look exactly like your UI. I'm going to do one change off camera, and that is that I'm going to put on the screen cap keys. It's the only thing that's going to be different between your version of Blender and my. So I've activated the screencast keys, but everything else is going to be exactly as it appears on your screen using Blender 2.7 and above. So first thing I want to do is load a reference image. Now to do that, we want to add to Blender, we want to add an object. And the object that we're going to add using Shift A and image. Alright. So now we've created an empty image plane. You can see it barely highlighted. So if you hit S, you can scale that image plane up. And now if we go over here to the plane axis data.
Oh, there. Okay. Grab. Let me just scoot this over a bit. Grab. Over. Grab. Go down here. Okay. Alright. So go to this, open.
It gives us dialog we're going to open. And we're going to go to there we have it. Okay, so this is the reference image that we're going to use.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Let me see if I can find a pictures document. Go to open image. Pictures. Models. Nope. 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 I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I am fucked. Come on, dude. Model cutouts. Can I view the image? Let me minimize this real quick. I thought I had you minimized. Model cutouts. What's this? Oh, this is something else. This is something else. Okay, let me just continue the video.
What I want to do is we'll delete this for now. We don't need
Okay. Batman. Okay. Go to my pictures. Here. Go to pictures. Here. What's this called?
What are you called? C13B. Here. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, oh, this'll work.
So just by hitting delete on your keyboard, you'll be able to get rid of that. We're gonna line up the face.
Wait, do we not need this cube? Delete.
Along this green line here. This green line's our y-axis.
Okay. Grab. Y. No. Grab. What? No. Grab Y. Y. I want to align this with my x-axis. That's. I think that's good.
G grabs and allows you to move or translate the object that you have selected.
Yeah.
We only want to move this along the x-axis. So while we're still in grab mode, hit X and it locks it to the x-axis. That should do it. We might have to adjust that in a second. So now, Blender doesn't use what's called the QWERTY keys, the QWERT. Instead, Blender tries to hold to the convention of using the first letter of the tool. The only exception is in translation, right? So instead of having a translate, Blender has a grab tool. So hitting G allows you to grab and move an object. You can also come down here and turn on these. Translation gizmos, right?
Oh, my navigation's
So
done.
click on the axis. If I click on the red axis, I'll be able to move it in the X. If I click on the Y, I'll be able to drag it along the Y. And if I click on the blue,
Oh, we want it
that's
along
the
the
Z, I'll be able to
x-axis.
drag it along the Z. Similarly, with the doodads, you can change it to the rotation. And you can change it for scale. Now, I like to keep it in Global Translate. For the most part, though, the tools for manipulating objects, the shortcut for the tools manipulating objects in Blender are going to be G for grab, which allows you to move it, R for rotate, S for scale, and H to hide. Right? Alt-H will unhide it, and there'll be other tools that we'll get into for shear, as well as different types of rotation tools. But for right now, the main tools we're going to be working with is G, R, S. Right? Now, I want to rotate this plane axis, this image plane, so I can see it from my front view. All right. So if you have a standard keyboard on your number pad, 1 brings you to front view. Okay. So I want to hit R, and I want to rotate this only on the x-axis. So after hitting R, if I hit X, I've locked it to the x-axis, and now I can type in the number value. So I want to rotate this X 90 degrees. So 90, and now I have it rotated to front. If you hit
Okay. Grab Z. Bring this up a bit. Rotate 90. Negative 90. Nope. Not what we wanted. Rotates negative 90. What am I doing?
Alright, so the middle of your number pad, if you hit 5, you bring it into orthographic view. We'll use orthographic view in the beginning. It allows you to move or translate the object that you have selected. We only want to move this along the x-axis, so while we're still in grab mode, as different types of rotation tools. But for right now, the main tools we're going to be working with is G, R, S. Right? Now, I want to rotate this plane axis, this image plane, so I can see it from my front view. All right. So if you have a standard keyboard on your number pad, 1 brings you to front view. Okay. So I want to hit R, and I want to rotate this only on the x-axis. So after hitting R, if I hit X, I've locked it to the x-axis, and now I can type in the number value. So I want to rotate this X 90 degrees. So 90, and now I have it rotated to front.
Rotate X negative 90. There we go. Mine, of course, has to be the opposite.
If you hit 5, right, so the middle of your number pad, if you hit 5, you bring it into orthographic view. We'll use orthographic view in the beginning just to set up our lines, but once we start pulling this into a 3D shape, we're definitely going to want to work in our 3D view. Okay? So that's the first image plane to set up. We're going to move this back just a little bit, and you can see that I'm using the plane axis controls to do that. So now I want to duplicate this, and by hitting
What did you do?
and now I can type in the number value. So I want to rotate this X 90 degrees. So 90, and now I have it rotated to front. If you hit 5, right, so the middle of your number pad, if you hit 5, you bring it into orthographic view. We'll use orthographic view in the beginning just to set up our lines, but once we start pulling this into a 3D shape, we're definitely going to want to work in our 3D view. All right? So that's the first image plane to set up. We're going to move this back just a little bit, and you can see that I'm using the plane axis controls to do that. So now I want to duplicate this, and by hitting Shift D, I've now duplicated that object. Hit Escape, the object is still duplicated, but it hasn't been translated. So when you hit, when you hit Shift D to duplicate, it automatically is in the grab mode. So now we want to rotate this again because we want to get the side view out of it. So to rotate it, just hit R. Now this time, since we want to use it as a side view, we want to rotate it along its Z-axis. So we're going to hold down Z. We're going to press Z. Don't need to hold it on. Just press Z. 90 and hit enter. And now that should give us our side view. Okay? Just want to bring this a little bit closer because the red is the x-axis. So the intersection of the red and the green is going to be the center of our model. That should create our reference images for now. That should be good. So from here we can get...
So I need to... What I need to do... Here's what I'll do. So grab you, go to the y-axis right here. Ooh, better. Grab X. Grab X. Let me take a look. Okay. Grab both of you. I don't need you to. And grab, and then go along the X. No, X-axis. Thank you. So 3. Go along the y-axis. 3, 1, 3, 1. Okay.
Started. I will be doing a complete model, not just the face. We're going to start off with the face, and then we'll do a complete model afterward. The reference that I found for the body, the detail isn't large enough for the face alone. So I'm going to do the face first, and then we're going to go into modeling the rest of the body. So now, hitting 1 to go into 5 to go into orthographic. Let's start modeling. So the trick that we're using is the edge modeling. And the reason why I like using edge modeling is it's very similar to drawing, right? So we're basically going to draw the geometry that we want. And I want to go a little bit into topology right here. Holding down D key creates...
What am I doing here? How do I do edge drawing?
Reference images for that should be good. So from here we can get started. I will be doing a complete model, not just the face. We're going to start off with the face, and then we'll do the complete model afterward. The reference that I found for the body, the detail isn't large enough for the face alone. So I'm going to do the face first, and then we're going to go into modeling the rest of the body.
Okay, so Shift A, mesh, Shift A, mesh, cube.
So now, hitting 1 to go into front view, 5 to go into orthographic. Let's start modeling. So the trick that we're using is the edge modeling. And the reason why I like using edge modeling is it's very similar to drawing, right? So we're basically going to draw...
Wait, what is going on here? Orthographic. How do I do this? Wait, how did he do that? How did we do that?
Is going to be the center of our model. That should create our reference images for now. That should be good. So from here we can get started. I will be doing a complete model, not just the face. We're going to start off with the face and then we'll do the complete model afterward. The reference that I found for the body, the detail isn't large enough for the face alone. So I'm going to do the face first and then we're going to go into modeling the rest of the body.
Oh, do I need something here in order to get to edit mode? Okay, so let me just share. Okay. Okay. So Shift A, let's just put a cube here. Okay, go to edit mode. Delete vertices. Okay. So how does this work?
So now, hitting 1 to go into front view, 5 to go into orthographic. Let's start modeling. So the trick that we're using is the edge modeling. And the reason why I like using edge modeling is it's very similar to drawing, right? So we're basically going to draw the geometry that we want. And I'm going to go a little bit into topology right here. Holding down D key creates your grease pencil. You have to hold down the D key. It's not like the other tools where you just tap it and you activate it. D has to be held down. I'm going to shut screencast keys off for this one because it's going to get a little distracting.
Oh, okay.
Display. Hold on. Ah, there it is. Stop display. So, holding down D, I'm going to draw basically a rough outline of the major edge loops that we want. So we kind of want an edge loop that goes around the eye. And I'm going to change the color to make it a little bit more visible.
Okay. Okay. What am I doing? Plus, new layer. New layer. Ooh, there's the onion skin in here. Tint. Stroke fill. Let's see. Hold on. D. Okay. Stroke.
Okay. So you want one edge loop that goes around the eye. We're going to want another edge loop that goes around the mouth.
Alright. You know what? This is not gonna work. My mouse is not gonna work. I got an idea. Let's see if this works. I'm hoping it works. Oh, I hope I don't have to register this thing first. Come on. Go on with the tablet. Let's see if this works. Ah, shit. I'll set it up later. Okay. Oh shit! I fast forwarded. Not what I wanted.
This to follow as well.
Okay.
That very similar to drawing, right? So we're basically going to draw the geometry that we want. And I want to go a little bit into topology right here. Holding down D key creates your grease pencil. You have to hold out the D key. The other tools where you just tap it and you activate it. D has to be held down. I'm going to shut screencast keys off for this one because it's going to get a little distracting. Display. Hold on. Ah, there it is. It's not display. No problem. So, holding down D, I'm going to draw basically a rough outline of the major edge loops that we want. So,
Okay.
we kind of want an edge loop that goes around the eye. And I'm going to change the color to make it more visible. Okay.
Same here.
So you want one edge loop that goes around the eye. We're going to want another edge loop that goes around the mouth.
Oh, I gotta do another one here. So, D. Come on! Oh my god, this is so hard. Okay, D. Right here. Okay. And then we need one that goes around the mouth. Let me start that over. He's doing like single layers. Sometimes I hate this mouse. Okay. On the mouth too. And I literally have to press hard on this.
Another shape that I use is essentially an edge loop that wraps around this area as such, like basically like a mask, right? And all these things are going to connect upward from here. And those will probably be shaped something like this.
Okay. So right around. Oh my god, this is so hard. The pen is literally making it not that easy for me. Okay. And around the eyes. Right there, I want to say. Oh, it has to also extend to the mouth? Okay. Okay.
One line that divides the face in half. And
Alright. One line that divides the face in half. Okay.
we're going to want to have an edge loop that basically creates the smile lines and the cheek outline. The reason for this is basically just think of how the face works. You know, with the eyes open and close, will react to the position of the eyes. Same thing with the mouth. If the mouth smiles, all this mesh here is going to react to that. Okay. Similarly, you know, the nose area, you know, if the nostrils flare, the character sneers, it's going to pull all this geometry up with it. So the reason why you want to have G work out in these edge loops and these circles that go around and out from major key areas like the mouth and the eyes is because that follows the natural shape or the natural function of your face muscles. Right? So let's clear that, and keeping that in mind, we'll start the modeling process. So we're going to introduce, or we're going to create a plane. Shift A, mesh plane. And then you can just grab the
Shift A. Oh wait. Am I still in? Am I still? No, no. I'm done now. I'm done. Okay. Shift A. Mesh plane. Okay.
blue arrow to move it up into place. Rotate it, R, and constrain the rotation to X, 90 degrees.
Rotate it. R. Rotate.
rotate it. Rotate it. There we go.
We're going to scale this down, hit S and just scale so it's about a manageable size. And then we can move it with G. We'll zoom in and I'm not 100% sure that I've got this perfectly centered, so what I'm going to do is, well, we want to do this anyway, but before we commit to modeling, I just want to make sure that I have our reference here centered out. So we're going to go to this wrench looking tool, right? This is our modifier.
Be streaming here on YouTube because they're so strict on copyright shit.
Okay.
Back, and what I want to do is I want to add a modifier. I want to add a mirror modifier. It's under the generate portion. So with the mirror modifier active, I want to hit clipping, and oh, I made a mistake. I am in object mode. That's not actually a problem. What I'll do then is, because I do want the object origin to be here at the 0, 0 point, is Alt A. Nope, it was Control A. There you go. Control A brings up the apply menu. So what I want to do is I want to apply location.
Let me see. Okay.
Now you see that the mirror.
Oh. Okay. What is this? Control A. Object. Control A. Apply to location. There. What is this? Holy cow.
Modifier is working because what it's done is it's taken the object origin from where it was over here with its offset and brought it to 0, 0. So now the mirror modifier can work properly. I do still have a not a rotation, but I have a scale. I have a scale effect on this object, so I also want to apply the scale. So again, Control A, and we're going to apply rotation and scale. So now this sets my object at scale 1, and this is under the object data. This is under the object data, and you can see that there's no rotation and no location transform. Everything's zeroed out, and the scale is set to 1. So it's in default position. That's fine. That's what we want to work with. So now just jump back into tab, or tab to jump back into edit mode, and we can continue. So what I want to do is I want to trace this outline, right? And I can grab individual control points, right, individual vertices, and bring them into position. And I kind of want this to follow as well. Now, with the right mouse button, you can select individual vertices. So what I want to do is I want to hold down Shift, the second vertex, now I've selected the edge. You can also go into down here. You can change the different. You can change the different items of the object that you're manipulating. So here we're in vertex select. Here in the middle is the edge select. So now if we go over here and click on the edge, we've selected the edge with both vertices. So now hitting E will allow us to extrude this edge. R will allow us to rotate it. Grab will allow us to put it into a better position. We'll do the same on this side. I don't want to make this too dense because I would like to bring this into Unity. But we'll play around with this for now. That to the center. We want to keep all this stuff about as evenly spaced as possible. In curves, they're going to be closer together, but in straight lines, you can space your geometry farther apart. So here, let's bring this all the way up, draw that straight line, R. Okay. Now, another tool to introduce you guys is control.
Okay, R, 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 E, R, E, R, E, R, E, R, E, R. Well, what's this tool?
R. It is the loop cut tool. You can use this to divide geometry. We could do a subdivision, right? So if we selected, well, no, because subdivision is going to want to subdivide this into 4. So yeah, the Control R brings the loop cut. The only thing I could think of to help you remember the Control R is that if we were in 3D, this would allow you to cut around, so it would follow the edge loop. Here, if I'm putting it, it's a smart tool, so it's going to try to predict what direction you want to cut the object in. So because I'm in between these two very long lines, it thinks in half this way. But now if I wanted to turn around and say, let's say I wanted to cut, well, there you have it. Moving it to this top line here, this top edge, you see that it wants to cut along this edge loop it wants to cut along this edge loop. And an edge loop basically is any series of 4-point patches in a sequence, right? So that's what creates the edge loop. Now, I don't necessarily want to cut this just yet, but I do want to cut that here. So again, just take Control R as cutting around. We'll go into the vertex select mode, and we'll move these into better position.
Okay.
Let's see how my friend's doing. Move these into like better positions here.
And you can see here that the head is not centered. So, let me finish drawing this eye out. I'm definitely going to want to have, just for the sake of keeping things neat. Right, this way it'll give me a pretty good vertical line straight across. Might want to then do the same for this one. And maybe not. I might be able to play with that. Yeah, I'll be able to fudge that. So, let me finish drawing this. So by constantly extruding, you can draw out your geometry. Hit extrude one more time. Let's see. It doesn't have to be symmetrical top and bottom. And for here, select all 4 vertices. Hit F, and that's going to fill the spot between those vertices. Okay. So now, we gotta work on making this more centered. So to do that, we're going to go into our front. We click on the arrow so it's selectable again. And
Front. Do I have a front? Click on the arrow.
just right click on the image, grab. Right now we can move it.
I clicked on the image.
We don't want to move it up and down, we only want to move it left and right, so if we hold down X or we press X, it'll lock it in.
Oh,
to the X coordinate. So now just kind of try to center that. That looks about right. And now we can shut the selection off. Back to our mesh tab and move that out back to position. Right? Let me try just this one more time. There. That'll be about as good as it's going to get. Alright? So, just want to save this. And that should, alright, this should be our base, and from here we can continue on modeling and complete the head. We're going to shut off the selection for this so that we don't accidentally select the image. And, alright, now for the mouth region, since the mouth here is open, we want to model our characters in kind of a neutral position. Basically just going to use the outline of her smile to be, I guess, the outer limits of her lips. Now we can just select any edge along here. We'll go with this one. Shift D allows us to select that edge and move its duplicate into position.
Wait, what he did? What did he do?
Back into position. Right, let me try just this one more time. There, that'll be about as good as it's gonna get. Alright, so just want to save this. And that should, alright, this should be our base, and from here we can continue on modeling and complete the head. We're going to show for this so that we don't accidentally select the image. And, alright, now for the mouth region, since the mouth here is open, we want to model our characters in kind of a neutral position. So we're basically just going to use the outline of her smile to be, I guess, the outer limits of her lips. Now we can just select any edge along here. We'll go with this one. Shift D allows us to select that edge and move its duplicate into position. By using your mouse wheel, if you have it, you can zoom in and out. Also, by holding down Shift and, maybe I should have mentioned that before. If I haven't mentioned it before, I'm sorry. Holding down Shift and the mouse wheel, pressing the mouse wheel button, allows you to move and pan your entire screen. So, sorry about that. Let's fix that in post. Alright, so let's. Alright, so with that edge selected, extrude it. Let's extrude it to center and see what we got going on here. Alright, so the mouth really is offset. And Lord, right, we're going to have to use a lot of imagination here. Extrude outward. To make this mouth corner, remember, the mouth corner, you want to have an edge loop. So to create a complete edge loop, it has to be joined 4-point patches, right? So your face has to, the faces have to consist of 4 points. If it's a 5-point face or a 3-point face, it's not going to it's not going to continue the edge loop. And I'll show you right now. Shift. So if you hit E to extrude, all right, move this down, hit E again to extrude, and just right click to select it. That's going to make it not too big. I forgot what I'm trying to do here. Just stick with the side there. That's what I wanted to do. So again, this is all just basically extruding and stuff. This, because of the mirror modifier, automatically joins itself. That's why we had clipping turned on. If clipping wasn't turned on, this would not join. These 2 points would not have joined. So that actually comes in handy if you don't want to automatically merge left and right. The clipping is what'll do that. So if you don't want to have the 2 of them merge, don't use the merge option or the clipping option. Right? I have them on for this particular part of the process. So now, the reason why I wanted to have the edge loop follow around the mouth is because if I want to add more geometry to this, and go to any of the vertical facing edges, and I can cut an edge loop around the geometry that I just created. And so again, it keeps to, this is still another edge loop, right? Because it keeps to the rule. It's a face of 4 points connected to another face of 4 points. Now, let's say Control Z undoes everything. Let's say I merged these, right? So now is a good time to show you the merge tool. Alt M allows you to merge, and it gives you options. At first, at last, center, and cursor. So at first means that it's the first thing that you selected. So it's going to merge at this guy right up here. Okay? It's going to merge the first one. At center, we'll just merge at the average between those points. And at last is the last one that you had selected. So Alt M, at last, merge down there. Okay? So I'm going to merge these at center and show you what happens with the edge loop. It ends at the last set of faces meet the criteria, right? So these 2 faces meet the criteria, it'll cut it, but it won't cut this. Right? So it's kind of important for topology reasons that you want to work in 4 point faces. So let's say here I would subdivide this edge and then turn this into a 5-point edge. Now it's a 5-point edge. Again, I've just broken the edge loop because the edge loop follows the logic that it's got to be 4-point faces. So now let's add some more vertical geometry here, and as well as here. We'll keep the mouth corner like that for now. That's fine. All right, no problem. So the next major thing that we want to do is we want to create the edge loop around the mouth. And we can actually probably just get away with selecting the lips themselves, right? So B, box select, we'll draw a box and select everything within it. B and, what was it, Shift will delete what's in the box. You can also hold down Control and left click to draw the lasso for select, right? So again, B is box select. We'll draw a box and select. Control and left click is lasso select. Right? So we'll select this geometry. Shift D to duplicate it. And we can scale this out. Let's scale it by locking it to the Z. And there's other selection methods. So if I hit Alt and it'll select the edges. It'll select all conjoined edges. So now let's do a scale again to the Z. And let's clean that geometry up. And the edge loop that we're trying to create here is essentially the smile lines. So this goes all the way up, and we'll actually probably be pulling the nose from right here. So we want this to be essentially the inner cheek. Right? So if you think of your own face, let me just clean this up and get everything into position. So if you were to think of your own face, essentially what we've just created is we basically created the cheek lines, right? So then the cheek muscle continues this way, and then the cheekbone is right here. Right? So the nose then being here. So this is the, let me turn screencast keys back on, sorry about that. So that's the edge that we've just drawn. Right? Now, the thing that'll allow us to fill all this geometry up is the Bridge Edge Loop tool. And we'll get once we've pulled this into 3D. So by holding down the middle mouse button allows us to rotate our scene, and then the shift middle mouse button, right, or your mouse scroll wheel allows you to move the, it allows you to move your, it allows you to pan your scene to the side view. Now, I don't have a perfect side view, so we're going to have to improv this one as well. Select A, because I want to select all the geometry, and move it forward. to about here for now. We're going to have to take a lot of creative license on this. So I'm going to shut off the screencast just to draw the general shape of the head. Forehead tends to be a little flat. The forehead tends to be a little flat for female characters. You can look at comparative physiology. You look at a female skull compared to a male skull. The male skull is going to be a little bit more angular at the brow region, and they believe that it was kind of like a evolutionary. It was an evolutionary adaptation for males. The sloping forehead basically allowed for a glancing shot, so it was basically for head trauma, to prevent head trauma. Cavemen, pretty brutal life. So with female characters, the forehead comes out a little bit more than it does on male characters, right? So, slip the nose. And general shape of the face.
Okay, I'm gonna save this in case if I mess up. So I think I have a better idea. So I'm gonna do the edge loop right now. And like literally extrude everything. So I'm gonna like link all this together. Get you out of the way. Link last. Link first. So what I want to do here. I want to cover the entire face. Let's go to this. Last. Move this. Make this a little thinner. Okay. Go to edge. Extrude here. Extrude here. Extrude here. So go to now go to vertices. It's a long process, yes, but I think it'll be worth it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extrude the nose. I'm gonna extrude it. do about to line here. Yeah. All right. That's this. I'm gonna need to also text these. Or delete this vertice. Delete this vertice. Last. Alright. So let me see if I can pull out the nose. For this, I'm gonna have to. What to do? Okay, well, let's look at number 3. Coming from the eyes all the way down. If we just did this. All the way to like right here. So what if we just did this? And then we get strewed. So what would it look like if I were to press Control 2? Okay. Let's do that. Last. 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 Okay. That. I hope this is looking like nose. Okay. I don't want it lumping like that, so I'm gonna see if I could. I want it to be like curve. It's thinner. Okay. To the. Ooh. What do we got here? Okay, back to the live stream. Okay. Let's see. This is a doozy right here. What I want to do here is, let's see. I don't want to do this. So, already.
Shape of the face should follow. Oh, Control Z does not work on. Doesn't work for the grease pencil. Check face. General shape of the face should follow. Oh, Control Z does not work on. So, let's take these two. And actually, let's take this entire lower area here for the mouth and bring clicking on the y-axis.
Grab Y.
And we'll build it from here.
Why am I seeing random, I think vertices. Delete that vertex. Okay.
We'll turn on proportional editing, come down to the bottom part of the panel here. Proportional editing, use connected. So basically, it'll only move the geometry that's directly connected to what you have selected. So this will move the lips, but it won't move this, it won't move the laugh lines. And you can...
What? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Let's see. I don't know if I'm doing this right. don't know if I'm doing this right. Am I doing this right?
Excess that I don't need. And we'll make any adjustments as we in 3D. So let's take these two, and actually let's take this entire lower area here for the mouth and bring that forward by clicking on the y-axis. And we'll build it from here. We'll turn on proportional editing, come down to the bottom part of the panel here. Proportional editing, use connected. So basically, it'll only move the geometry that's directly connected to what you have selected. So this will move the lips, but this it won't move the laugh lines. And you can scroll with your middle mouse.
Turn on. How do I do that again? Shift O, Control O. No, Alt O, Shift W. How do I turn on proportional editing again? G. Shift G, Control G, Alt G. Oh, here.
Scroll with the mouse wheel to adjust the size of your area of influence.
Oh my god, what am I doing wrong? Okay. Is there any other videos I can use? Oh my god, this is so frustrating. This is very frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Because one, I'm hungry and I wanna have lunch. And two, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not getting any feedback. So anyways, I mean, if you do leave a feedback, go ahead and leave it at the comment section below. So yeah, anyways, sorry about that. Bye, I guess. How do I end this stream?